Hello, Deepali. Okay, Deepali, could you share that syntax? Copy paste here. Let's see. Hi, Darshan. Deepali. So, do you have this New York City in your data set? Just give it a try, and you will get the answer. Hi, Raju. Is it same written as New York, or New York City is there? Okay, please. Hi, Shahana Siddiqa. Good evening, Kiran. Okay, Raju. What is that? Guys, we'll wait another 2 minutes, and then we'll start. I hope my screen is visible and my voice is crystal and clear. Do let me know if it's not. Thank you, Mark. Raj, meanwhile, you can share your syntax, what you have written in around this and or. Hi, Saurav. Hi, Kiran. Yes, Kiran, go ahead. There is some background noise. Okay. From my side, there is some background noise. Okay. Is it clear, Nilesh? Okay, Kiran, I will allow you to speak, but we'll first look at our today's agenda. Then I will take it up your queries. Okay. Guys, we'll wait another 1 minute and then we'll start. Good evening, Pallavi. Okay, context filter order state equal to California and state equal to England. Okay, Raju, what you're doing here, you instead of taking or, you are taking and condition. So as I said, right, and condition always work in two different columns. So if you see state California, state England, both are sitting in one column, right? So you have to select their or condition, double pipes. If you use double pipe, that means you select state and England. That's how we are saying to context formula. Both are sitting in one column, right? That is nothing but state. Yeah. If your dimensions are in different columns, then you will put and function there. Hi Anupama. Did I make sense, Raju? Yeah. Okay, please. Okay, guys. Today also we are going to work on DAX. Okay, probably today's last session for this DAX for DAX. Okay. So today we'll see about variables and a few other DAX related stuff. And probably we couldn't able to connect this what do you call user relationship and cross filter. So probably we are going to touch base those two DAX in coming sessions. Okay. Okay. Let's quickly go through this slide. What we have. Let's see. So what we covered so far. Very quick. Okay. These are the data types. Star schema. Column. We have seen column measures and tables. These are the steps. There's a row context. You can give a try this. What else we have? Measures. Simple and compound measures. If your DAX having only one function, that will be called as a simple. But if you are using multiple DAX functions within one DAX, then that will be called as a compound measure. That's it. Okay, we have seen we added multiple DAX in one DAX function, right? So that will be considered as a compound measures. Okay, yeah, here we have seen almost everything. Few of them you have to give a try for something like this. These are pretty much self-explanatory DAX functions. Replace all. Okay, so today we are going to see uh, something with regards to variable. See this one. What do you mean by variable? Where is nothing but a variable? Okay, you know variable pay in companies. What does that mean? What does that mean? Variable pay. It's not a static. It's not a fixed, right? So we always care whenever they say, yeah, you have a variable pay in your package. Why we are scared too much on when we hear about variable pay? Because it's not a static. We never know whether what is the right figure to come in our salary, right? So if you keep that in your mind, then you will understand this sphere where it's a variable. You see, store result of an expression as a named variable, which can be passed as an argument to other measure expressions. That means it's not a static, right? In other, if you look at other technologies, you can take anything. It could be SQL, it could be Java, C, C++, whatnot. In each and every software, we have variables. So if you look at some other programming, scripting, and other, right? So you have to define variable. For example, let's say I'm declaring one variable. It could start from anything, depends on the technology. So for example, dim x. X is a variable now. So here I have to mention data type also. For example, x as a string. Okay, dim again. I'm passing another variable as a number or as integer. All right. Later on, what you will do, you are going to do some max or you're going to do some programming and all, probably with if condition or for loop and all. So In our Power BI, we don't require to mention data type of variable. All right. So for example, let's make these two as a integers here. So this is a general how we write in programming languages. Here, once you define your variable and data type, you are going to assign a value here. X equal to 10, Y equal to 20. Sometimes you may pass this 10 and 20 through some other variable also sometimes. Okay. So that's the reason I'm saying this is not a static. It's not a fixed most of the time. Let's say if I say here C equal to Z equal to X plus Y. So what is my total here? What my Z variable should have here? Z should be a 30, right? Probably in this case, I have to define Z also as a variable. Yes or no? Clear? So what this is general steps in every programming language, any coding. First, you have to define variables and their data types. Once this is done, you are going to assign a value to your variable. So in your calculation, you are going to make use of those variables. If I say X, Y, Z are three variables and data type is integer, and now I'm here assigning value to my variables X equal to 10, Y equal to 20, and at last I have another variable called Z, and I'm assigning X plus Y, these two values to these variables. So when I execute this program, and if I want to see print something like this, print what? Z, then I am going to get value Z equal to 30 in every language coding. Yes or no? So in Power BI, so for example, let's say here, if you want to say X equal to X plus Y, still you can do it. Okay, now when it comes to X, that will be giving us a value as a X equal to 30, because now X value I overridden this X variable with X plus Y. So till the time it comes here, program till, for example, let's take one pen, then we'll program execution is something like this. X equal to 10 done, X equal Y equal to 20 done. Again, there is a X value. So here it does X plus, sorry, 10 plus 20, then that is equal to 30, right? Then again, there is already one value which is assigned 10 to this X variable. Now, the moment when execute this third step, right, this will overridden. It will be removed and it will be placed by 30. Then at last, if you print this X value to see, it will give as a X equal to 30. That's why this is a variable. That means it's not it's not a fixed number. It's not a constant. It will keep on changing based on your programming. Even you can pass any value to this this variables, and you can override this variable values also. Okay, so this is all about generally how it works. Okay, now in Power BI we don't require to mention data types. We'll initiate variables with a keyword called var, something like this, var, and we don't need to mention their data types, simply var. Okay, here what I'm saying, I'm initiating one variable called x. At the same time, I'm assigning a value also, x equal to y, 10. And here I'm initiating one y variable, and I'm assigning one value called 20. Okay, that's it. Now remove this. What I'm saying now here, I have to say, okay, so whenever you want to close, again here we have to give function name, as we have given function name, right, for calculated fields. In the same way, this is a variable, so we have to give name also. Now whenever you want to loop, you want to close this loop, right, so you always always use return. That means we are closing this loop. We are closing this loop, and whatever you return after this, whatever you return after return, that is going to be your print statement. That will be your print statement. Here if I am saying return x plus y, so that means when I drag this measure into my card, into my Power BI environment, right, it will give me 10 plus 20 is equal to 30. I will get this 30 value. All right, this return is like a print statement. Getting any confusion here? This is like a your procedure name, your code name. Okay, if you're if you're coming from C background or any uh, coding background, right, so you can easily understand about these terminologies. Okay, is it clear so far? Saurav, that is dim. We will write them in other coding languages. Okay, in if you are working in C code, C, right? C, you will write, you will define variable with some other keywords. Okay, so every technology its own way of initiating variables. So in Power BI, we'll initiate variables with this keyword called var. That means it will Power BI will understand, okay, this x is a variable, because here we are doing right operation x plus y. It's summing up here. Nilesh, in return we are giving some operator, mathematical operation. This is plus. Nilesh, getting? No, we don't work on much on strings here. Okay, you can do it. You can assign one value here, then you can say uh, let's say any text value here. Again, you have to mention if it is a string, again you have to mention two string here. Again, you can do a ampersand, something like this. That will work out. Okay, okay, let's give a try in Power BI. We'll see. So with help of this variables, right, you can measures, you can write these variables in columns, and with the help of these variables you can initiate new table also altogether. Okay, we'll give a try with measures now. Click on new measure, click on new measure. Okay, utmost thing what I have to do, I have to give a name, right? Where example, it could be any name. Now, so you can hold alt key and hit on enter button to come to next line. MC, it's turned into the blue color. That means the keyword now. Where A equal to 10, where B equal to 20. Sorry. Okay. Now what I'm saying, to loop this, to close this loop, I have to say return. Return also a keyword. You see, the moment when we are entering keywords, it's changing its own color. Hit enter, then A plus B. Very simple. All right. We have defined two variables, variable A and variable B equal to 20, and we are asking to return this value. We'll say okay. Close it. Let's bring one card here to check the value. Okay, where example, yeah, here it is. See the right number is there. Getting? I'm doing another measure. Now you'll get some more idea about it. I just introduced one variable, right? One measure. Now let's do another variable example 2. Mhm. Now say variable a x equal to 10. I'm just making very simple numbers here. Variable y equal to 20. Okay, here instead of assigning a value, let's pass few more parameters, variables within this y. Here I'm saying again, where a equal to 10, where b equal to 20. Okay, now what I have to do in order to close this loop, I have to use return, right? Return. What should return? A plus b. This whole set, this a plus b will be stored at y variable. You see now, because we are writing this within variable y. Don't confuse this whole set now. A plus b equal to 10 plus 20, right? That is something 30. This 30 number will be stored in variable y. Think now again to close everything, return at last what? X plus y. Now what should be my output in this case? Y is what? 30. X is how much? 10. 30 plus 10. How much? It's a 40, right? You'll see now. Don't make it too complex. You see, 40 answer. What we have done? Very simple. We named our measure called variable example 2 equal symbol. Now we are initiating variable called x and we are assigning that value 10 value to this x variable. In next line again we are taking another variable called y. Here we are not directly assigning any value here. Instead of assigning value within this, we again initiated two variables called variable a equal to 10 and variable b equal to 20. Now within this is a sub procedure. We can consider as a sub procedure. Within this, what we are trying to return a plus b. This a plus b value will be assigned to y because we have written. You see this equal symbol. We assign this whole set of procedure to our y variable. So here y variable what it will get? It will get 30, right? So at the end again we are closing this all procedure by introducing return keyword. So this whole setup will be closed here itself, called a print. Now whatever you mentioned after return, that will be your final output. Whatever you mentioned after return, that will be your final output. Here x is what? X is 10. And what is y? It will execute y. This is all the steps. In this my y is 30, right? 30 plus 10, how much? 40. So 40. Getting? Still confusion? Nina, Nazar, what you have to do, you just hold Alt key and hit on enter. Okay. If it is clear, then I'm going to take you one step ahead. No, see, Nilesh, you have what I'm trying to say here. After return, that is your final output. After return, it's your final output. No. So you have to mention, yeah, return Z. If you say return Z, then you will get the output, right? You cannot extensively use this looping and all in this. Who asked me this? Let us know implement this order. Okay, Kiran, all of you just give a try these two basics. Then, yeah, I guess I will unmute. Just give a second. Reshmant Baj, can we do n number of loops one inside other? So if you are talking about for loops and all, right, you're not going to use that kind of looping in this way. It's not a procedure, right? It's not a programming language. Yeah, I will show you, Edric, I guess. Once you just give a try this basics, then in real time, how we will use this, I will show you. This is more, this will be in more readable format, right? Then it will make us to make changes in our calculation. Easy way to do it. Kiran, just here, Alt Enter. Alt Enter. You hold Alt key and press Enter. Hold Alt key, press Enter. Hold Alt key, press Enter. Just look at my screen, guys, and just replicate this. So you have to make sure this assign symbol properly assigned to a variables. Okay, guys, just give a try. Questions. Sudarshan, give a try now. First do one small basic, then do next, then we have to go step by step. Sudarshan, is that clear? Please show how to write function. Anuja, which function you're talking about? That's okay, Anupama. If you have everything in capital letter, right, that help you to read in proper way. That's it. Alt enter is not working for Anuja. It should work. Sudarshan, yes, Sudarshan, wait a second. Sudarshan, let me unmute Sudarshan. Yes, Sudarshan. No, you see, did I place any brackets, Edureka guessed? Yeah. Yes, Sudarshan.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So after the variance Y and assigning the symbol, if I click Alt Enter, it is again going on to the start of the fourth line. Like it is not moving on to the middle part.
So what I did, once I enter Alt enter, right? See, Alt enter. Just hit on tab button. It will come to next.
Okay, got it.
Something like
Okay,
this.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to make these cosmetic changes in Power BI, right? So I hope you all installed already this DAX Studio, right? So shortly I will show you the purpose of using this DAX Studio. So before that, just clear out this air, then we'll move on to next topic. Perfect. Now, see, this is very basic, right? So let me give you one business or simple case. You see, we have some numbers here, current year sales, where we have current year sales. Yeah, you see, this is the current year sale, right? So I want to make this, let's assume that these all are in rupees. I want to convert into dollars. I want to convert into dollars. This is already calculated field. All right. So how do you do? Simple max. Tell me, guys. If you want to convert rupees into dollar, what will you do? I have 1,000 rupees, and let assume 72 is dollar rate. Then what I will do to convert this 1,000 divided by 72? That means $13, right? Approximately $14. Yes or no? So let's do this simple max in our variables. Okay. Now let's see. Take new measure. Here current year sale in dollar. This is my function name. So far I don't have any queries. Let's hit on alt press enter. I'm in second line. Now define one variable. Guys, what I have to say? Variable dollar rate. How much is it? 72, 75. How much? Let's say 72 rupees. Okay. So this is one static. Done. Okay. Now take another variable, and this is for, let's say we'll call it as a current year sales. Sales variable. So now, if you remember, we have something called current year sales already as a measure. I can call that measure into my variables also in my DAX variable. See now what I did, I'm calling my measure within this DAX formula. Press enter. Now what I have to do? What I have to do? You just follow these steps. What I have to do? I have to close the loop, right? I have to close this procedure. I have to use this return keyword. Yes, no. Okay, this is done. At last, what is operation I have to perform here? What operation I have to perform here? Division. Edureka guest said division. Yes or no, guys? Divide. Okay. What is numerator here? Exactly. My numerator is current year sale. You see now I am passing my variable, comma. What is denominator? Dollar rate. Close the bracket. That's it. Say okay. Now let's bring first card, then current year sales in dollars. You see now my sales in dollar. This is one way of doing. And another way, see, if you see my DAX, what I did here, I just call one measure, right? So can I, instead of calling this measure, can I take that formula? Yes, you can take it. See this? Can I complete this formula and can I place there? Yes, you can place. Instead of having, you can place something like this. You see now? Both work similar way. Getting now? This is how you will use in real time also. You will use such a big measures within variable, and you will pass this. Okay, you will pass this measures further. Okay, getting? Still confused? Where is dim? Yeah, Saurav. Where did I return dim? Saurav, did I use anywhere dim? No, right? Kiran, guys, just look at my screen. My requirement is I want to convert my sales into dollars. Okay, now my current sales are in rupees, right? So how you do it? General max. If you have 1,000 rupees, if you want to convert them into dollars, you'll divide this 1,000 by 72 because this is a dollar rate, for example. Now I have around $14 approximately. Okay. So what I did, same thing I did in my DAX. So this is function name equal to dollar rate. I'm taking dollar rate as a variable and I'm assigning one value here. That is something 72. And this is my current sales, right? So you remember in last class we have written our current sales formula. So I place that current year sales formula here and I'm closing this procedure, this loop with return. That means, okay, that's it. It will close itself. So after return, whatever you place any operation, that is going to be your print statement. So this will be executed at last. And this is what you get in your cart. This is what you will get as a end results. Whatever you mention in return, after return, this is your output. What I'm trying to do here, I'm just dividing my current sales by dollar rate to convert whole sales in dollars. So whatever you mention after return, it's your final output. Okay, if I write any other variable, something like this, discount 30. You see, in return, I am nowhere using that. Still no worries. It will simply ignore this variable called discount 30. Until unless you're not including this variable after return, it's not going to affect. Once you include this, then once you include this discount variable after return, that is going to be affected. It's the same number. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay. Okay, sorry, Saurav. Okay. Raju saying the syntax or where is incorrect. So there should be a space after 10. Guys, just give a try this one. Okay. Is it clear? This is in measures. Okay. What we'll see next? We'll see about this DAX Studios. Guys, if you all installed already this external tool called DAX Studio, I hope you all installed this. If not, again, after this class, please install DAX Studio. All right. Okay. Nilesh, you are again, you see your formula is incorrectly written there. Saurabh, what you have to do, you have to just restart your system so that it will be visible. Most of the time it will be visible. Okay, you see, once it's there in your tax in external studio, yeah. So it's a best practice, Saurabh, whenever you install any new software, right? So to see full functionalities, you have to restart your system. How do install DAX Studio? So Edureka guess last time I have given one link to download. I think let me share where it is links. Let me share it once again. DAX down documentation DAX Studio. So this is a link to download DAX Studio. Okay. Yes, Saurav. Yeah, hold on. I will show you everything. So now, guys, look at my screen. You just need to click on this DAX Studio. So this will open another new window here. So we are not going to see much about this DAX Studio. Okay, so very minimum basic stuff. I'm going to just showcase you in this session. So you see this is a DAX Studio, right? First thing, once you open this DAX Studio, you click on this connect. The moment when you click on this connect, right, you will see one box again. From this, you have to select second option. And here, if you open multiple worksheets, workbook, Power BI, right, all will be displayed here. I opened two workbooks, so it is displaying two workbooks, two Power BI. So now I want to work this DAX Studio with this workbook. Select it and say connect. That's it. There is already connection established in backend. You see here, it's already established. And whatever you have in that data set, in this Power BI, all data set will be displayed over here. And forget about these all are by default. Master data, order date, table, people, table, returns table. I have 4 tables in my data set Power BI. So those 4 data set will be displayed here. Okay, once this is done, so we have a couple of functions in our syllabus. So we'll see one by one. So simply, so let me tell you what is the purpose of this DAX Studio. Then I will explore different things. Let's say, let me show you something in Excel. You see in Excel also we have something called evaluation. You see, for example, you see this x3, x4. Okay, if you have a very big formula, probably sometimes you will fail to understand what these all are, if what number is coming here, right? Formula, then sometime you will fail to understand from where it is coming. Now if I click on this formula bar, it's highlighting those two cells. But if you have very big formula, sometimes it will happen, right? For example, let's say I'm just doing some VLOOKUP for you to make sure it's clear. Okay, this is my formula. i'm just trying to I'm just trying to keep things very simple way. This is one formula written by some X guy, and now you want to evaluate this formula. You don't know what is columns, this is what this is from where this is coming, and what the value it is returning, you don't know in Excel. So in order to evaluate your formula in a, what you will do, you will go to formula, click on this evaluate formula. So it will again give one pop-up box, and the moment when you click on evaluate, each step will be evaluated and you will see the number there. Instead of formula, instead of references, you will see the number, actual number. When say it's saying W25, okay, in formula it's saying W25. So if you see, click on evaluate, it will give you an value. That means what this W25 holding. So this W25 holding this name here, that is nothing but this it's holding here. Okay, that's not understood. One first parameter is done. What is Q1 and Q7? It's a simple table. Just click on this evaluate. It's a simple Q1 P7. If you see third argument columns Q1 to S1, here it has given 3. You see, so we'll understood that okay, this argument, this third argument returning value as a 3. So that's how you will debug your formulas in real time in Excel if you are working with Excel. All right, instead of looking at the looking at this columns function, right, reference here, it's giving you as a 3. Okay, let's remove this all drawings. Lastly, if I say evaluate, then it's going to give us a 9. So this is how you will see sometimes if there are any bugs within this, it will highlight where it is giving you error. Then you will fix particular area in Excel. In same way, here also you don't have readily available that option to evaluate your DAX. Right? Here you don't have that option to evaluate that your DAX here. So in order to evaluate your DAX function, you have to download this DAX Studio. So now I downloaded my DAX Studio. I opened it. Let's give it a try. This one. It's a big, right? Big chunk we have here. Just copy this. I'm just placing here. All right. So if you see here, the moment when I place and click on run, right? Oops, it's giving error. Dollar rate. I have to. No, I don't require to select completely, but let's give a try. You may need to scroll up. Why? What we have here? Scroll up. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, let's execute this. Again, it's saying error. Why? Query batch completed with errors listed above. You may need to scroll up. Okay, but here you will get end results. Okay, let's not place variables here. Let's place this simple DAX. You see this measure. Let's copy this and place here. Once this is done, right, you simply just click on run button. I think I have to mention evaluate. I'm so bad about this. Evaluate. Yeah, I have to mention evaluate here. I have to pass this. The syntax. I forgot to explain the syntax. Now, if I execute this, it will execute the number. You see now. Let's take it. Let's bring this back. Yes. Now let's execute this. Yeah, you see this number now. So whenever you are performing any DAX, so make sure to use evaluate followed by this flower bracket, and at the end you have to close this bracket. So simply run it. So you will get the number, right? If you are getting some errors, for example, you want to execute only this, right? In Excel also we have seen, right? I want to see this number. Then as I showed you, right? Simply you have to remove this, or you can comment them also. So just give a try this. What is this value? Here you will see the value. So this kind of a evaluation of your DAX in bits and pieces. And this is how you will what? You will debug your issues. This is one way of using it. And another way, let's let's do one thing. Just remove this. You want me to show this? So another way is, and another purpose is, you see here query format. If you click on this query format, right? So everything will be placed automatically in a structured manner. You see now, in programming way. You don't need to bother about alt keys and all. See, now it's in a very readable format. Variable we assigned here. This is a variable we assigned, and we are assigning variable. Within this variable, we have written some DAX function. It's closing now till here. Return again another DAX function. Closing. You see, if you highlight this closing brackets, it will show you from which it was driven. So this is also one way of doing this. Simply format, make it as a short line. You'll get it. Getting again. So you want to see the data of your tables. Simply orders. You see, the moment when I say order, everything is coming up here. Say orders. Now you click on run. So you see running is running query. Now you'll get the table here, orders data here. Data is populated here. Can you export this? Yes. Go to output. Here you have Excel workbooks, right? Static linked. You just export this. Click on static. This data will be placed in Excel workbook. Correct? Here you can perform some SQL commands also. Right? It's already there, I guess. Okay. Now, what else we can see? For example, for as I said, right? Sequels, right? Order by. Order by what? Let's say we'll order our data by dates. Order by order table. Just I enter this open bracket, square bracket. So whatever I have columns in this table, everything will be coming here. Now say date. Yeah, order date. Then what? SQL, right? Descending order. For example, descending order, where we have a order date. You see here, everything is random now. If I say evaluate order table, order by order date with descending order, exclude this. Achha, this is very slow. You remember I exported Excel workbook, right? So now it's coming here. Cancel this. Now run this. Why this is coming? I don't want to exclude anything. Evaluate orders, order by date. Where is my results? Let's say ascending order. Do you see any changes here? I don't see any changes here. It should be happen something like this. You see? I think it's very slow, I guess. Could you just give a try from your end? Definitely you won't have this challenge. Orders date, orders date, descending order. What's wrong here? Let me quickly look at your questions. Use flower bracket. I don't think so. It's not required in this case. Anyway, as you said, right? Let's see. Sometimes. Oh, it's actually trying to export this one. Cancel. Just give a try from your end. This is already selected, I guess. Yeah. Great. Haha. Now it will work. Guys, can you all just give a try from your end and I'll see. Now it's working. I think without giving much time, just I execute it. Now it should work. Yeah, you see now it's working now. Now if I say descending, yes. Now you see my order dates are in descending order. So here I have to select the standard grid, the display. Initially we selected this Excel workbook and we left it as it is. So that's the reason it's always asking us to export my results. So now what I did, I selected this grid. So output is coming in DAX Studio only. Getting? Guys, yeah. And what I did, I just selected this Excel. That's the reason it was always trying to export in a Excel. Yeah. Transformation. So we don't do transformation here. Whatever you want to do transformation, that can be used in your Power BI itself, right? We have a transformation. There is a one dedicatedly they have designed it. Okay. So here, probably what you can say, some other key also we have. I want to start from this, right? This is written in our started. If I say started something like this is as part of syllabus. I'm just explaining you. Started in the sense we have that this order ID. Simply I have to use this keyword and I have to mention that order ID here. Then execute this. Then you will get the results. All right, orders, order by. Instead of order date here, I have to mention order ID. Order ID. Order ID. Let's remove this. Okay, run this. Results. It will start from this order ID. You see now. So generally we'll use this DAX Studio to format our DAX functions plus to evaluate our DAX. That's it. We don't do experiments all this in DAX Studio. Purti, do you get it? So you just take any DAX function here, whatever we have written. Yeah, this is all mess, right? Let's copy this. Evaluate. You see now, if I say short line, you see now, it's in proper way. Then what I will just copy this whole sentence. From where did I take in this? From this, right? Then I will place this. It's in more readable format. You see now, so you easily trace errors also if you have any, and you can make changes accordingly here. In last class, we were struggling to add open brackets and closing brackets, right? So if you just format this DAX, then that will be resolved automatically. I mean, you don't need to struggle a lot where you have to close and where you don't need to close. You see now, that's it. So that is a standard mark. For DAX functions, you have to use this open and close bracket. So the moment when we working with tables, right, it's treated as a SQL, as I mentioned. That's the reason it's not required to add those flower brackets. Perfect. Now, so this is what we have in DAX Studio. What else we have? Can we take 5 minutes break if you don't mind? We'll take 5 minutes break. Now query builder we'll see later. Then I will introduce something else. We'll take a short break. How much? 8 minutes break is enough. All right. 8 minutes. I'm on mute. We'll come back. Okay guys, I am back again. So we have something called filtering, uh, DAX functions on filters. Let me take you through that PPT where it is mentioned somewhere last they mentioned, I guess. Yeah, filter behaviors here. So here you see we have something called these all DAX, remove filter, keep filter. Okay, and other than this, we have a all selected, all selected also we have. Okay, I will show you this all selected, and we have this user relationship. This is a place where you can modify your modeling through a formula and cross filter DAX also. Okay, so we'll park these two. Initially I was referring to these two DAX probably. We'll see in upcoming classes, but now try to understand what is this remove filter and what is this keep filter. Okay, along with some other filters. So in order to understand this, so you need to understand what is natural behavior of Power BI. Okay, this is my Power BI. I'm I'm just taking brand new page here. Then let's say take one table, normal table. I'm just what we'll do. No, I will take this chart. Okay, we'll come back to these charts and everything. But my intention is to explain you those DAX. So before I go exactly to those DAX functions, you need to understand normal behavior of Power BI. Okay, so there is a whole intention here to draw this visual. Sales. Okay, let's convert this into, yeah, okay. So this is my sales table with regards to my city, correct? Let's say size. This is normal table. Here, I'm just introducing one visual called as a slicer. If you go to Excel workbook, again guys, I'm showing something else in Excel to make it easy to understand. If you're not already aware this, you can learn something new from this tool also. Okay, this is pretty easy. I want to draw a pivot table on this or something. I want to summarize this table. I just what I did, I selected whole set, go to insert, click on pivot table and just click on OK. So new sheet will be created here with bunch of options. These are all columns what we have in our data set, and these are the some places where you can play with your columns. Right, I set city simply, and in measures I'm just adding sales. It's a normal summarized data. Yes or no? Summarized data. Right, so here I have a filter. Filter means what? If I place region here, you will be getting one option here. If you want to see in region these many, okay, let's remove this. Let's add category. If I want to see sales only for furniture, what you will do, you filter this furniture and you will give something like this. This data talks about furnitures. Yes or no? If you want to see office supplies, you will select this office supplies, and this is your results about office supplies. Yes or no? So far so good. Now this filter, how we added this category dimension in filter area, right? In same way you have something called slicer also. Go to analyze. So in order to enable these two tabs, what you have to do, you have to select tab pivot table, then these two tabs will be enabled. Click on analyze. Here you see insert slicer, click on this. So now I am selecting category as a my slicer. Where is my category? Here, click on it, say okay. Now this slicer and this filter does the same thing. There is no difference between these two. So instead of having this filter, I'm just removing this from my view, and I'm going to add some extra columns there. I'm going to put something like this and minimize this. So this is something a simple, I would call this as a dashboard. Okay. Now let's say I'm a normal user. So if I'm more interested to see only furniture sales, I will select furniture. You see now this whole data is about sales. If I click office supplies, this whole data about office supplies. If I click technology, this whole set. If I want to select multiple, just hold control key and select it. You see. So this is slicer. That means it's filtering out your visual. Yes, no. Same way how you have in Excel slicer, we have same slicer in Power BI also. That means you see here, I have to just click on the slicer. It's here. Now in this slicer, what you want to place as a filter, you can place any dimension as a filter. Now let's consider only category as a my dimension filter. I'm placing this dimension category into slicer visual. You see now those three categories what we have in category column is shown here. So this is now natural behavior, normal behavior of Power BI. The moment when I say furniture, now this entire data is getting filtered by this furniture. If I click on office supplies, entire data set getting filtered by office supplies. Technology, you see the total keep on changing based on my selections. Okay, let's again, if I have some other visual also on my canvas, I have some other visual also my canvas. We'll come back here again to see the visuals and all. Don't worry. Okay, so I have two visuals, one slicer. So the moment when I click on furniture, right, you see this is also getting affected. You see 17 1K, you want me to increase size. This is normal behavior of your Power BI. Now see technology, you see now 109, office supplies 71K, furniture 76. Right now, now you understood that okay, this is a natural behavior of your Power BI whenever there is a slicer. Okay, so based on your selection, your visual, it could be a visual or it could be a DAX that will be affected. So how you have to overcome this? Sometimes you will get some business scenarios where you have to avoid these selections, avoid these filters in your from your calculation. That's the reason we have something called all selected, all remove filter, keep filter, and all except. These all are the DAX functions you have in place to overcome that challenge based on your business requirement. So what? So I placed this file already in LMS. In addition to LMS, I placed this file already in Google Drive also. So nothing to worry about it. So you can, if you want this, you can quickly go and get it from LMS. In LMS, I placed module number 6. We are in module number 6, right? Sorry, module number 3, right? DAX. So here, if you scroll down, I already placed this BBI file, filter behavior. And if you go to our drive, normal drive, I placed this file in our old file also, in our same shared folder. Where it is. Yeah, you see all except this all. You can download it. Now, but before you download, just focus here. I will explain you what's all about. So I try to put everything in very simple way so that you can understand in better way. Okay. So you know that what is the normal behavior of Tableau, right? Now you see now. Just follow my instructions. when you have all, this is a normal sum x, we have seen, right? Sum x, what it does, it will aggregate all the cells. Yes, no, based on your condition. So this is a filter condition, right? Here when I say all selected, that means whatever you select from the slicer, whatever you select from your slicer, so your formula going to give results based on your selection. This is a normal, again, this all selected is a very normal behavior. There is nothing different. This is a normal behavior only. How I'm saying normal behavior, if I select consumer, you see now this data only for consumers. If I say corporate, I selected two things by holding control key, consumer and corporate. So this is about information about consumer and corporate. Just give me a second, guys. This is normal behavior, right? If I select region as a east, don't look at other numbers, just look at this number, 0.55 millions. That means it's all selected, saying that whatever I am selecting from the slicer, please do accept those filters in this calculation. This is normal behavior only. Yes, no. Okay, what is, how you are overriding this normal behavior? Let's see now. Just look at my screen, you will understand in better way. Now you see all. Second, sum x, this is a filter, these are expressions, right? Here I'm saying filter. In this filter, I'm saying all of orders. That means irrespective of any filters, blindly forget all the filters, whatever I'm mentioning. Simply this, it will take overall sales. It will consider overall sales. Now, what is natural behavior? If I say consumer, I should get only consumer data, right? But you see this number is static now. Why? This all ignoring all the filters. Getting now? Now I'm selecting region as a east. Now you see this is a normal behavior here. 0. But due to this all function, it's ignoring these two filters. So getting now? So these are all DAX. I have written in backend this number. How I'm getting this number 230? I already written this. You see here, this I already written there. But to bring that formula as a text, I'm showing you. This 230 from where I'm getting, it's a DAX. You see here, this is a DAX only. Don't confuse. This is a DAX only. Instead of placing this function in function bar, I copied and placed in one text box. This will help you to understand concept very clearly. Guys, getting now? These are 230 is a measure. You see now? You see this 230 is a measure. 123 is highlighted. From where I'm getting this 230 as 230 from this all sum x. You see now? Same formula, right? So what I did, I copied this formula and placed in table on text box. Okay, if I showcase something like this, you won't understand this all. Okay, let me quickly look at your question. Default I shown you, right, Sharma? Purti Sharma, I shown you, right? Based on your selections, your number will be changed. You see, this is a normal behavior. But when I say all, right, it will simply all selections. It will simply ignore all the selections, and it is a static value. Now, let's see what is remove filter here. Remove filter is, let us assume I have a two slicers. One is segment and one another one is region. Okay. The moment when I say consumer, right, you see here this value got changed. because change that is as expected. But when I say east, when I select east also, right, what is expected? This number should be changed. But since I mentioned remove filter, on which dimension? I said on this dimension remove. That means don't accept any filter when user selecting anything from slicer called region slicer. If a user is selecting a region from slicer, don't consider that into your calculation. It's all about remove filter. Remove filter on where? In this dimension region. But when you have filter on segment, if you say corporate, right, this number will be changed. You see just numbers are getting changed. Getting now? Till here at least three. Let me take your questions, guys. Is it clear? Ah, Purti Sharma said clear, very much, pretty much clear. Perfect. Yeah, only intention is to understand this filter in a classic way. Guys, again I'm repeating, this DAX I already written there. No one asked, that means everybody understood this. If we have no selected any filter, yes, if you don't select anything, it's a normal, right? It's normal. It will come to the action when you select something from the slicer. Hare Pavan bro, why you are going to R now? Pavan, we are talking about filters. Now you are bringing R. There is another topic. It's coming. Okay. Just focus. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, bro. Guys, yeah, sure. First of all, you all understood normal behavior of Power BI. Say yes, no. Oh my God. Let me unmute. Perfect. So Sudarshan, for you, don't mind if I am taking your names. Saurav, is it understood normal behavior? If you are if you understood, yeah, Anupama, just I'm quickly summarizing this. Yeah, normal behavior is whenever you select anything from the slicer based on your filter, all visual will be filtered out. That's it. This is a normal behavior. So you can override or you can overcome with this challenge by using this tags. All selected, all remove filter, all except. That's it. So since I placed this file already in Drive, you can give a try. So you will clearly understood what I'm trying to say here. Here this is about keep filters. Okay, keep filter what? So for example, you have a business scenario where you want to exclude only one data element, data label from a single dimension called, for example, take this one. Now here, what I have done here, I'm just considering only East. Okay, let's first select this consumer. Now this is accepted. Mhm. Now consumer is taken here because we don't apply any filter here, right? Now corporate, yes, it's changed. When I say east, it will give the same value because it's already taken east. But the moment when you say south, right, it will give you an error because because we consider only filter as a region equal to east. So other than this east, if you select any other region, it will throw an error. Okay, this is called key filter only with this. This is static here. You can mention static also. This is one thing. And what is all except? You see there, all except. See, consumer. You see, corporate. Nothing is changed there. At last, you see. Now it should give us a value for only corporate, but it's not consider. So here we say all ignore except what? Except region. That means when I select something from region slicer, this is going to be changed. You see, east. Now if I say east, this is now changing. If I say south, it will be changed now. So it will ignore all filters except region, because we said all except what? Here we clearly mentioned, consider only this region and consider only this region and ignore all slicer. This is how it will work. Getting? Yes. Yes, Edureka guest. So here you can have n number of slicers, and here also you can add based on your business requirement. You can tweak this formula here. Only way is, see, this is the way where you can tweak the formula. This here in filters. So you are just overriding your normal behavior of your Power BI. Key filter is simple. This is a static value. You see, if I say south, right, it's giving blank. It's a static value. It will only consider this east filter as a static. That's it. Select east, remove this. Okay guys, since I placed this file already, just go through this. So if you go through this, then you will understand in better way. Is that clear, Sneha? Is it clear, guys? Okay, cool. Now let's jump into some other topic called path. All right. In order to do this path, I place this file called path, where it is batch 2. Yeah, you see this path example. This file you have to download from LMS or from Google Drive. Either you can download it from Google Drive. Path example, you see this file you can download, or same file I placed in LMS or in LMS called DAX model number 3. I placed here also path formula example. So just quickly download it. Once you download, we have to connect the data. So how you can connect? I don't show you now because you know already. Select path example, drag all those sheets, whatever you have in that Excel workbook. Oh, I have only one worksheet. Take this worksheet and load it. That's it. So where we will use, I'm telling you, we will use mostly when we are working with RLS, row level security and all. In such scenario, we'll use it. That is a business scenario. Okay. But since we don't have RLS now in place, so let's see those, what you call, those syntax and how we can bring them in our real time. So for that, I have to go to our PDF. It's pretty easy. Path. It will give you the hierarchy, who is reporting to whom. That's it. In our companies also, right? We have CEO, and under CEO again there are region heads. Below that, some other senior managers and all, right? So you can bring the table using this DAX function. As I said, This will be used in real time at row level security. So based on user level, based on user name, okay, based on his region, all, you're going to configure or less row level security by using these functions. Okay, that is a business case. Let's remove all. Now we'll try to understand what we need to have in order to see this path contain item and blah blah blah. Okay, so what is function saying now? Path and id column name, parent column name. So if you see my file, let me open it. Path example. Here we have called, these are my data set. Okay, this is my employee id, reporting manager id, and these are our employees. Okay, and these are our reporting managers. So you will understand once I plug this data into my Tableau. On top of that, if I apply this DAX function, you will see what I'm trying to say. So in order to do this, what you have to do, so in parent ID, okay, well, let's do it. Then I will come to theory once again. So I imported this data in my Tableau. Just quickly check where we have, yes, it's already there. You see, this is already there. Now we'll do a path ID first. Here column name, ID column name, then parent column name. Now these are my syntax. If I don't know anything about this, don't worry. So with knowledge also, you can give a try. So now I'm saying, what is this? Path example, path example, path example, tags called path, hit column name. So return a string which contains a delimiter list of a ID starting with a top root of a hierarchy. So here in ID column, I am mentioning simply name, comma, reporting manager name. That's it. Say okay. Okay, if you see here, we are getting one hierarchy with delimiter called pipe. So Jack is the CEO. You see, he's not reporting to anyone. But again, Jack has a subordinate called Alex. You see, second one, second name. This is the employee name. It's a employee name, and his reports to whom? He's Jack. Same thing you see here. He's a employee and is reporting to whom? Jack. So between these two names, there is a delimiter called pipe. If you look at this, James reports to whom? Jet Rice. You see, James report to whom? Jet Rice. Again, this Jet reports to whom? Jack. You see here, yeah, here it is. Jet Rice here, and he reports to Jack. Something like this. Again, if you look at this one, last wala, last 12th number, yeah. So here is a Ryan Hilty. He's a person. Now he's reporting to Manny. Here you see Manny. And this Manny reports to whom? Tony. Where is Tony? So we have to see here. Yeah, here is Manny, right? Here she report here. She don't know. She reports to Tony. Again, Tony reports to whom? Look at here. Here you have Tony reports to Aleta. Again, this Aleta reports to whom? At the end, you see Arleta. Where it is Arleta? Yeah, here it is. He reports to Jack. So this is how you will get a structure by using path. Okay. In order to do this, what you have to have in place, you should always this name this both should be in same data type. If it is in string, this should be have this should be in string as a data type. Of course, generally it should be in string only. Okay, there is nothing to specify. But whatever you have report manager, right, in your parent column. So every data or data element should be part of your child key. If this name is not exist, so if this date rise is not exist in this column, so again this is not at all possible because HR definitely maintain all employees details in their record. Okay, so this cannot be possible, but again make sure to have this name as part of this column as a employee names. These are all the employee names, and these employees belong reporting to whom. This is the second column talking about. Okay, Jack also employee, though he is a CEO, it's also employee, right? So that's the reason his name is part of employee column. Any questions around this? Very simple. Row level security, we'll see Purti Sharma. Getting now? So now let's take another scenario. These all are very easy one. Path contain. So path contain what? So we have to check whether this guy is present in our data set or not. That's it. Here it will not work with wildcards. So you have to mention complete name. Path contain. Okay. So for this path contain, again you have to give path. Just now we have seen, right, path. That can be you can pass, or directly you can pass this one also, path example. Path example. Here I'm saying one item. So as I said, right, if you want to check whether this guy is existing in our record or not, you have to pass his name. But again, partial names will not allow here. You have to mention complete name here. I want to check whether this guy is there or not in our records. Simply say okay. If this guy is there, then it will say true or else false. You see here. You see in this names, you, you have these many times. Alex. Getting? Alex is a manager. That's the reason these many people are reporting to manager. You can get some analysis out of that. Let's okay. Now what we have? Path item. Again, this is kind of a, you know, which item you want to get it from this list. For example, don't feel that I'm going fast because it's all pretty simple. At the end, I will show you something else. Path item. Again, path items. Okay. Here, before that, we'll see path length. Path length is what? How many people are there in hierarchy? That will tell you. That's it. Path length. Let's say path example. In this, how many people are there? It will show you. Count of length. Yeah, this one means who? It's a CEO. All right. You can even. So here is a Manny, right? So Manny has a 1. If you do 1 minus 5, then you will get 4 answer. So on top of this Manny, there are 4 people in hierarchy between CEO. Again, if you do minus 1, so there are 3 people in between Manny and CEO. 3 levels. Getting? It will count only these 2 words. Jack and Alex, it will give you 2. It will count the hierarchies of employees. How many people are there in between me and high topmost level? No, it cannot be. No, you cannot change those pipe as a delimiter. It's fixed. Okay. Now, path item. If you want to have second item, second person, or third person, right? You can mention it. I'm expecting one question, but as of now, no one asked me. Path item. Yeah, path item. You see now what is path? I can give this path example also, comma, position. If I say second position, so it will return second position from this column. It will first start from left to right. It will count from left to right. From left to right. So I passed 2, right? So in this is the second guy. From this second guy. If I pass 3 there, here instead of 3, I will get this guy. Now this is, we are going left to right, right? If you want to get data from right to left, it's very simple. It's reverse. Path item, path reverse, path item reverse. If I say reverse, say okay. Now it's in reverse mode. It will do from right to left. So I said 2, right? So this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, see, from here, this guy. It's simple. Getting now? Pretty easy. Yes or no? Yes, no, no response. Clear, right? Pretty much clear. Yeah, it's very easy. Yes. Mark, as I said, right, that will be used in RLS, row level security. Now, what you have to keep in mind, you are getting hierarchies informations. Yeah. Yeah, you're getting username information, who is reporting to whom, and what is the distance between high level to low level, L0 to L9. What is the difference between how many people are there in between these two people? Something like that, you can get analysis. All right. So still I'm waiting for one question, but let's wait another minute. Any question, guys, around this? Seriously? Not to show this data, how to provide user login based security. That's all. That will be in secure RVLS. Can we use on numericals? Mhm. That can be possible, but you don't get any information out of it. Edureka guest. Okay. So let me ask you myself: is there any way to draw a organization chart? Okay. CEO, under the CEO, two report is okay. Under this T report is again 3, something like this. You see this organizational chart, hierarchical chart. Can we draw something like this with the help of Power BI or with the help of this information? I was expecting this question from you all. Right? Yes, that can be possible. But give me a second. In order to this is something extra. In order to that, so you see here, we don't have that visuals. Do you have such visual? No. You just click on this, get more visuals. This is called app source visuals. So here you will get some visuals. So there is one visual called organization chart. You see this one? You just add this. Click on it. And add that external visual. You simply click on this add button. That will be added to your Power BI. You see this now added. Could you able to do that? Already tried. Guys, could you all just quickly grab that visual? You just click on this. You just click on this 3 dots from visuals. Get more visuals. One box will be opened, something like this. Wait, Sneha. Acha, it's asking you to enter email IDs. Don't you see this box? Sneha, don't you see that? Okay, just give me a second then. Okay, guys. So probably I think this you don't have license, right? So it's ask you to. Can I place it in my in our LMS, or can I place it in our file? Let's place this. I'm placing it in our LMS and same drive. So just download it. I will give those all advanced visuals once we finish with the sessions. Okay. Or chat. Submit. So just download this. Okay. Now this time what you have to do, get more visuals. Instead of saying here, import a visual from a file. Click on it. Okay. Click on import. That will direct you one navigation. So wherever you placed, for example, in downloads, right, you just select it and say open. That's it. Okay. Pawan, here you go. You will get license. Yeah. Guys, is it clear now? All of you, if you download it now, you can give a try. It's pretty easy. Now, what you have to do, you just drag this org. Chat is there. The moment when you take this chat, right, again, you will see some options here. ID, parent ID, main labels, and blah blah blah, some stuff. So by the way, before that, so who is going to give us these all visuals? So there are a few visuals coming directly from Microsoft for free of cost, and for other visuals, right? If you see some other visuals, this is built by some third parties. Okay, you see these all are from third parties. If it is by Microsoft, then it will be written as a Microsoft corporation. If it is not from Microsoft, from other third parties, then that will be, you will see their names there. You see this one, database. Okay, and they will get approval sign off from Microsoft. If everything is going well, then they will place in this area. Okay, app source. This is something called app source visuals. Okay, probably you see few visuals will not get for free of cost. You have to pay for it. This is about app source. There is only one slide in our syllabus called app source. That is something like this. Okay, once this is done, right? So here ID, in ID, I have to mention employee ID. Parent ID, I have to place reporting manager ID. Zoom, come on. Reporting manager ID. No, yeah, sorry, I'm placing his name. Now, main label, I should place their names. Got it. Now you see now what I did. In ID, I have to place employee IDs. In parent ID, I have to place reporting manager IDs. Okay, in main label, I have to place their names. So Jack is a boss, CEO. Under the CEO, there are 3 reportees. Under this 3, again, if you want to have some other stuff, right, their designation and all, you can say Not this one, designation. Yeah, this is, you can add some within their, yeah, sub label, you can add the designation also. Yes, you see now, pretty easy, right? So there is a some other option called group. That means it will give us in different color for each and every level. So these all are in third level, right? These are mid level management. So for that, they mention in a blue color, the topmost guy, CEO, right? Images, if you have their images, photos, right? So you can simply place images. That's it. It's so easy, right? In Power BI, it's so easy to draw or chart. Now it sounds good. Yeah. EG, while importing, it is showing invalid custom visual. So you're importing data from where? Visual from where? From your local system or app source? I imported org. Go to get more visuals. Simply type org. You see organization chart here. You see this one, organization chart. That's it. From local system, right? So import a visual from a file. Simply click on OK. So this you have to say import. Click on import once again. You use this, select this and click on open. Don't double click on that visual. Okay, you have to navigate or you have to bring this visual through these steps. Don't go directly to download and double click on it. Sneha, still you have problem? Okay, if you have that issues, then we'll see later on. Guys, is it cool or not now? But again, path intention is different. I'm telling you. Path contains item and all, right? We'll use them in RLS mostly. Okay. Now let's see what we have. Some other function called values. We have one function called values. So this will return a table. It will return a table. Whatever we use, right? DAX sometimes. You see, other than the calendar DAX, all are giving one value that is called as a scalar value. Technically, we call them as a scalar value. That means single value. Okay, but this values, a function will return a table. It will return a table. It could be in a multiple rows or single row or single column. All right, let's see now. So I want to know unique values from category. I know there are 3 categories. Still, what if I have too many categories and I don't know their count? Okay, for that, what I will do, new measures. No, I don't use new measure because values will not return a scalar value. Sorry, my bad. I will go to tables. I will go to new table, say unique. We'll close the session in next 5 minutes. Unique categories, values. You see here, when a column name is given, return a single column table of a unique values. It will remove all duplicates and give you unique values. Now, orders categories. I have to pass this column, right? To get unique values out of this column. Say OK. Now, what it returns? It returns a table. Yes or no? If it is returning a table, then where I have to see? Go to table data view here. You see now, this is written table and this is my latest added table, unique categories. You see here, simple. Okay, this values function always or most of the time will be used by count rows. Okay, now I can use count rows on top of this to see number of unique values, number of unique categories. Say count rows. It will count all rows whatever we have in a table. Okay, unique categories. Or simply I can mention something like this also. Values, again order, category. What it will return? It will return a count rows. What it does? It will count all values, all rows. How many rows we have? This we have 3 rows, right? One is office, technology, furniture, right? Erase all. Let's see now. Okay, so let's drag one card. Mhm. Okay, now bring this measure. You see now. So what you have to remember, in order to get unique values, there is a function called values, but it will return a table. So to make use of that value or to get scalar value out of that values column table, you will use count rows. That's it. Again, based on your DAX and all, you are going to use this formula. Right? Very simple and basic. Guys, am I audible? Guys, am I audible? Yeah. Guys, you have Deepali, you have to check from your end. I'm so sorry. Don't scare me, yeah, please. Okay, guys. So one request you all. So whenever you are mentioning your rating and all, right? Okay, please do mention comments also. I hope whosoever not giving rating, they are getting calls from Edureka team. So Edureka team is more interested to see your feedback. They will not ignore your feedbacks. Do remember always. Okay. If something is wrong there, negative, then they will do left and right. Seriously, I'm saying. Okay. So if you are giving any negative, especially for positive, okay, they are least bother. If you are mentioning something average or bad or good also, so please do mention what exactly you are expecting from the trainer. If you're simply mentioning average, bad, good, or okay, good, okay, some extent it's okay, but if you're simply mentioning bad, right, without mentioning any comments, even they fail to understand what exactly you're looking for. Even me too. And take my words, I always, every day I will read your comments. I will look at your ratings and all. Okay, guys, it's humble request you all to please share your honest feedback. Okay, and please, whenever you are rating, do rate on me only with regards to Power BI and training. Okay, don't rate me on some other subjects. That's all from my end. If you have any queries, please stay back, or else you are free to leave the session. Purti, okay, sure, Purti. Guys, any other questions? You're welcome, Pallavi. Welcome. So what I was trying to say, values. There is a function called values. It always return a table. Okay, here in Excel workbook, right? How you remove duplicates? How do you get unique values? Right? Let's learn some Excel. Here, shift mode. I have these many values are repeated. I want to know only unique values out of this. Copy paste. Then go to data. Remove duplicates. Simply remove duplicates. So the moment when you remove duplicates, you will get unique values. Yes or no? Correct. Here also in Tableau also we have a one function called values. We have a function called a values. It returns a table as you see in Excel, right? So the moment when I say values, you see the syntax and information. When a column name is given, return a single column table of a unique values. So I'm more interested to see unique values of category. Okay, orders and category. You simply say okay. So there will be another table populated in your Power BI environment. How do you see? How do you check? Go to this data view. Here you can see the data, right? Here we have all tables. Here you have a unique category. Just now we brought this table using value DAX. Click on it. Return. I'm clicking on returns. This is a return table and this is unique category. You see unique category table with unique category names. How did we get this? By using this value DAX. Okay, it will give only unique values. That's how you have to remember. So since this is a table, right, you cannot call this table in our measures, right? So on top of this, what I have done, I just added count rows. Just wanted to see how many rows are there in my table. Count rows. That's it. This number of unique categories measure I brought here. I simply brought this card as a I brought this card here and I drag this measure onto my cards. I got this 3 value. As simple as that. Clear? Okay. The following syntax error occurred during parsing invalid token line offset 2. Raju, where did you get this one? Guys, if you have queries, please stay here or else you can please. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me take it up questions one by one. Yes, Purti, I have written new measure with count rows. Let me copy this, Raju. What you have done here? Let me copy this. This is 10%. It won't take here. You have to mention something like this 0.1. Then you do it. Now it will work. Okay. 0.1 or 0.10. Yeah, something like this. 10%. Okay, Raju, you give a try with that. It will give the value. Yeah, sure. Value is not creating new table. Purti, you have to pass argument. You see here, values, you have to pass a column from where you need to get unique values. Okay. And by the way, so you have to first select this table, modeling, new table here. Click on this new table. Once you click on new table, you have to mention here. You have to write the DAX here. I think you are writing in measure. Yeah, during bracket. Raju's answer solved. Yes, Deepali, it's problem from your end. Okay, can we revisit path related formula alone? Yes, Darshan, you can always refer. Okay, let me unmute all. Yeah, guys, go ahead. Guys, please go ahead. I unmuted you all.
Abdul, this is Sneha here.
Hi, Sneha.
Yeah, I needed help regarding that visual organization chart.
Okay,
Yeah, so I have downloaded that file from LMS. Now it is in my local system. And now when I try to go over import a visual from file, I select the file name.
Can you present your screen?
Sure.
Let me make you presenter. Make presenter. Okay. Okay, now click on it. Okay, perfect. I think that format is different here. You see a dot dot dot. It should not be, invalid. Could you download from? Let me check. Could you download it from Google Drive? Of course, both are same, but I see issue with extensions format, because the moment when you add it, right there, you will see viz file, right? Yeah, download from here, guys. Others are able to upload this file. You see, this will work, I guess. Just refresh it. Same file. Okay, just upload this one. Okay, no worries. Then I have to share you the credentials, I guess. Just give me a second. Let me check from my end. It should work. Okay, no worries. Okay, just give me a second. Let me share credentials. Okay, just questions. Yeah, Sneha, just I shared credentials. You see there? Sneha, are you there? Sneha, you are on mute. Yeah, just unmute yourself now. Unmute. Okay. I just shared your details. You see there? Now give it a try now. I unmuted. I share your details. And
Yeah,
whoever
let me
also,
try that.
yeah, Vivek, you can also give those credentials. Let Sneha, wait. I'll tell you how you have to do it. You see
Yeah.
their sign in option, right? Click on it.
Can you
Here,
tell me again?
in Power BI desktop, top right
Huh.
corner, top sign in option is there, top right hand side, top right hand side, right.
Right.
Yeah, there sign in. Into mark, close mark is there, right? Close window icon is there, right? X mark, right top
Yeah.
corner.
Okay, okay, okay. I got you. I got you.
Yeah. Okay, here
Yeah,
you
sorry.
have to give. Okay, here you have to give email address.
Okay, the one you
Just now,
had sent.
the one I shared you, right? Yeah, email address. Guys, others who also not able to get it, please give a try. Click on continue and give the password. Give the password. Let's
Just a
see whether
minute.
these credentials are working or not.
I think it worked. Yeah.
It's working now. Click on now. Yeah, click on now. Get more visuals. Yes.
Okay,
Now
and
add that
then
arc.
this
Search
one.
here. Right up, right. You see right hand side. There is a search option.
Okay.
Yeah. Search simply arc. The first one. Take first one. Click on it. Say add to report. Add. Second option. Here. Scroll up. Yeah. That's it. That will be added here. You see this?
This one. Yeah.
Yeah. Click on it. Click on it.
Okay. And then...
Yeah. Now you see these options here. ID, parent ID. Wait.
Sorry.
Remove it. Okay. So this path information, right? It's part of our syllabus. That's the reason I highlighted. Other than that, you see here right hand side again. Here in visuals, if you go down in visuals pane, if you go down, no, in visuals you go down, you see their ID, parent ID is listed there. See,
Correct.
information from here. In ID, you have to add employee ID. You bring employee ID, place there in here. Yeah. In parent ID, you have to add reporting manager ID. This is one, last one.
Yeah.
Next to that, it's a name. Next to that.
This one?
Yes, it's a reporting manager IDs.
Okay.
Right. Okay, done. Then you see the now graph getting changed.
Yeah.
Now here in main label, remove this one. Path example to remove this. No, in this in visuals area, in main label you placed path example. No, same area, same place. Yeah.
I remove this?
Yeah, you remove this main labels in the sense if you want to display their names. So you have to drag it. You remove this, madam. Close this. Okay. Now take names and place there in main label.
Okay.
You will see their names now.
Okay.
Again,
I get you.
scroll bit down. Scroll down.
Okay.
Now, sublabels means again if you want to showcase their designation also, right? You can place this designation in sublabels. You see there is a designation. Place in sublabels. Perfect.
Okay.
That designation will be displayed there. Group you can place as a group in
this
group. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. In image you can place image also. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
That's it, guys. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye bye. Take care.